Going back over the film from Friday, what did you see that you guys should have done better when it came to those red zone opportunities?
Just comes to execution. You know, I mean, we go down there and we got alignment, errors, have penalty calls back at third down, that we convert and stuff. And when you do that, I mean, it's hard enough to make a third down in open field, but when you get in the red zone, everything is so condensed. You can't hurt yourself when you actually complete a pass, you make a play, you make a run, get that first down. You bring it back, I mean, the chances of you doing it again are so low, you can't shoot yourself in the foot.
In that play for the touchdown to Chichester where he dropped it, and then not saying you went right back to it. Is that the kind of confidence that you now have in that?
I mean, that's confidence I have in all my receivers. In the course of a football game, there's going to be plays where you make a physical mistake. That's just the nature of the game. I mean, everything that we do is so precise. It's so, timing's got to be perfect. Just everything has to work out perfect. And so when something happens, we're just, a fraction of a second off. It went off his hands, falls to the ground. No harm, no foul. Come right back to him. He runs a great route. Makes a great catch in the end zone for a touchdown. So, I have that confidence in all my receivers. Josh has come a long way. He's doing a great job right now. Especially if, a mistake happens, he blows it off, leaves it in the pass and move on to the next play. So, if we can keep that kind of confidence going with all our receivers and Josh especially, we're doing some good things.
Are you surprised at all at what, I know you all expected big things from him, but he's running for 200 yards, 2 games.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I asked him yesterday, I said, so that's just a normal thing now? You go for 200 every game, call it a day? And, he kind of laughed. But, like you said, we expected a lot of good things from him this year. The kind of sky's the limit for him. He works so hard. He's quiet in what he does. Just goes about his business. But at the same time, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line too. Those guys playing their butts off. They're doing a really good job. They're working harder than anybody else. The receivers out there on the edges are blocking for him. Getting those blocks downfield, and he'd be the first one to tell you if you ask him. He can't do it by himself. And so it's really all 11 guys are getting him there, and he's just the one who pulls the trigger.
When you asked him that question, he laughed. Did he say anything? Is there a quote you can give us from him?
I just laughed.
Does he ever talk about anything to you guys?
Definitely. Me and him, when we ate lunch together today, he's a normal guy. He talks just like everybody else. He just, he's kind of quiet to himself, I guess, with, people he's not around every day.
Out of the last 3 games, there's been a fake punt, the double reverse pass, and last week passed the ball off to you. Just kind of talk about how creative this offense is and how fun it is to run.
It's a lot of fun. I thought we did a good job out there the first, 3-4 games going out there and establishing, our base offense. Run, pass, play action, whatever you want to do. We went out there and established it. Show teams this is what we're going to do. So, we give them that ability to plan for that. They don't see anything else, and all of a sudden we come out with a trick play, something they're not ready for. And give a lot of credit to Coach Sanford, Coach Groh. The whole offensive staff are doing a great job at really keeping the looks kind of mixed up. Giving the team something new to plan for each week. But like you say, it's a lot of fun. When you can get these little gimmick plays, little trick deals, and they actually work. All the work you kind of put into them, during the week in practice is. It's a lot of fun when you see it work on film.
Sometimes I think trick plays have a connotation of the team is desperate and they'll try anything, but with you guys it's more just kind of an involvement of the whole package.
Definitely. Yeah, even our trick plays is nothing, wild that we're putting in, extra, putting in these different personnel sets or formations or anything like that. It's, just kind of an extension off of our offense. And so, it's a really easy transition for us to put those plays in, and I think it gives us a lot of options, kind of an ability to do something different than just the normal, run, pass.
Did you get a chance to watch college football on Saturday, and how odd was it, if you did, to be watching football while you're not playing?
To be honest with you, I wasn't much in the mood to watch football on Saturday. So, didn't see many games. I saw a couple of them, a couple of the big ones, and, saw some teams win, I was surprised, saw some teams lose, I was surprised. But, anytime you watch football that you're not playing, it's kind of a weird feeling just because, you're in the game and you're used to not being able to watch anybody else except yourself.
What's been the key from Nord developing into a weapon now for you?
Nate's been working really hard. It's kind of been a long road. Anytime you transition to a new system, there's certain guys that the system fits really well, and there's certain guys that, have to work a little bit harder to fit into that system. And Nate's been one of those guys that's just been working his tail off. And you saw some of the fruits of that labor, this past game. A couple catches. I mean, some of the things you don't see also, some of the blocks that he made. He worked really hard. I mean, really precise in executing, all the assignments, blocking and running routes. With him, the more he does, the more confidence he's gaining, the better he's going to play. Having him, Cameron Graham, Chichester, all three of them at tight end as weapons that we can use, that gives, a whole new dynamic to the offense. We can game plan with three guys, so we can't, get tendencies of personnel sets and who's going to go to who and what's going to what. So with him coming up, it's definitely going to help our offense out.
Crucial this game Saturday with this. You got, after that, you got 2 road games coming up and West Virginia coming in.
It's a big one. We got to go out and win it. It's conference game. You have to go out and win every conference game though. I mean, that's kind of how we look at it. Losing last week was a huge disappointment. Not a first conference game, conference opener at home. The stage was set and we didn't come through. So coming out this week, it's like, we have to bounce back, come in, go execute. We want to play good football. And when we go play good football, we're going to win. So that's really kind of our focus. Not like, we're saying, we have to go out, it's a must win, or the season's over, anything like that. But just go out and play good football. Go execute, don't hurt ourselves. We'll be all right.
Adam, Coach talked about, the ongoing process of changing the mindset of guys that are maybe not sure you can win games like that or like you have coming up. Is that still a process for a lot of guys?
I mean, that's a process seeing where you go. One thing Coach said, when you come into a program who, has struggled the last 3 years like ours has, there's certain steps you do, and the step that we're at right now is really teaching guys and learning how to win. Winning's not an easy thing to do, especially in college football nowadays. I mean, any team can go out and win on any given day. So when you get out there, there's going to be things that happen during a game that, it makes you just, pull your hair out and, get pissed off, and, real adversity that happens during the game that you're not expecting. And the real good, the winning teams, can look at that adversity and say, so what? Get back out there on the field, we'll strap it up. Defense goes and makes a stop after a turnover, or, defense makes a big stop and the offense, goes down and scores, something like that. So, that's really where we're at right now. And, until we can really climb that fence and kind of get over that edge there and win these close games, win these tight ones, when adversity hits us and really bounce back from it, when we do that, we'll change the minds of those guys that are kind of on the fence. I'm not sure if we can really do it.
Coach called out the fans last week about the Memphis game. Friday night, what did you think about the atmosphere there on the field?
It was great. It was great to have the fans out there and the numbers they were. And as excited as they were, into the game, that was really good to see. I mean, that helps you out when you're on the field, when, defense is a big third down and, the crowd's really loud, you can't even hear yourself think. And that puts their offense, in a tough situation as well. So, as players, we were really happy to see the fans out there and, really appreciate the support that we had.
You'll get out of the shooting. You faced UConn last year. I mean, it seems like they play close games. If you make mistakes, they're going to beat you. Is that, I guess you say that about a lot of people, but especially, that last year you all made those mistakes.
Yeah, UConn is a, for lack of a better term, I say a bend but don't break team. They're gonna make you work for it. Their defense isn't gonna give you that big play to where you can go down and 1-2 play drives, go 80 yards. They're gonna make you work for it. They're gonna make you go 10, 12, 15 plays, to get down the field and get in the end zone. So, it's really gonna take a disciplined game from us as far as on offense. Go down executing, not getting excited, not pressing to the point to where it's like, oh, we have to score now. It's, if we just take what they give us, go down the field, we'll put the points up. And same thing with our defense. We make them work for it. Don't give up the big plays. Same thing. Make them go down the field. Make them do the 10, 12, 15 play drives. I think we'll be all right.
When Coach Strong announced that Bilal was going to be the face of the university, face of the school, he said a few players were very surprised. Were you one of those players? What did you think when Coach made it?
Not at all. I'm not surprised at all. Bilal is an incredible talent. He's a guy that I would say every football team in this nation could benefit from having, on their roster. And all the things that we see from him in practice on a day-to-day basis, we know that's what our offense, kind of centers around. Regardless of our passing attack, whatever you want to say, Bilal is kind of who our offense runs through. Defense is playing for him first before they plan for, the pass through the air, before they plan for Bellamy, Chichester, whoever other name you want to say. So, when Coach said that, we weren't surprised. We just he goes about his business. I get the ball to him, I'll let him run. makes his yards, makes me look good when defenses are all worried about him. That way I can go up over the top. So doesn't shock me at all.
Is he excitable? Is he quiet? After a run, after a big run like that, is he talkative in the huddle? Kind of give us a sense of his mood.
No. Well, he's just, he's quiet, but he's kind of a confident quiet. You can see in his eyes. When I step in the huddle after, an 80-yard run, for a touchdown, he'll hop in the end zone, get excited, thank the Lord, go on the sideline, blow it off, and it's on the next play. So, he does a good job at kind of staying even keel. He doesn't get too excited when he makes a great play. He doesn't get down on himself when he makes a bad play. He moves on to the next play. And for me as a quarterback, that's great having him in the huddle because, that's the guy that I don't have to worry about. If he makes a big play, I don't have to worry about him being so excited about that one. Next play, he's going to go out there and blow an assignment. Or if he did blow an assignment, I don't have to worry about him going out there next play and feeling sorry for himself. So, when you can kind of have that consistency on offense, especially from him, our main running back that, like I said, the key piece to our offense, it really gives a lot of kind of calm to the guys around him. And so, having him like that is a weapon, I think.
What did you see on that 85-yard run, and tell me what you thought when you saw it on tape, too?
It was much more impressive on tape than where I was standing because I couldn't really see a whole lot. I was carrying out my fake, to the side, and I turn around, and I just see kind of a big cluster of people, and all of a sudden he pops out. I'm like, oh, sweet. I got through, somebody must have made a good block, and, it popped out, and I saw a stiff arm, and I was like, good deal. And I see it up on the film screen, and then I saw it on film, and I think there was like 7 guys who had a shot at him. Actually got a hand on him. We could have brought him down, and the leg drive he had, the spin coming out, and you do something like that. I mean, you're dead tired. I don't care if you went 2 yards. You're dead tired after coming out of something like that. For him to be able to go down the field, stiff arm the guy to the ground, and then outrun the rest of the guys to the end zone was probably one of the most impressive plays I've ever seen.
The guys going nuts when they were watching that? Was it like a big group setting when you guys watched that?
Not really. I mean, there's definitely groups of guys who watch that together, and it's exciting to watch it. If we would have won the game, guys it'd probably be on like a repeat on the TV around the complex right now. But no, it's an exciting play, but glad to also be the first one to tell you. So.
Talked about at halftime that he told you guys he felt like y'all were just happy to be playing with them, and it wasn't the sense of we're going to go and win the game. How do you combat that being in the leadership position? How do you kind of?
Well, at halftime we're separate offense and defense. It felt like the offense when we were in the locker room. We knew that we could go out there and beat them. We'd seen, everything they had to give us. They didn't, bring out anything different. We were confident in what we were doing. We were moving the ball well, and there was really kind of a calm about the guys. But you can't say that what Coach Strong saw was wrong. We were confident, but we didn't have that, killer look, that fire in our eyes that we were going to go out there and just, put the foot on the throat and not let them back into the game. And so, I think it kind of go both ways. But at the same time, I don't think it's like we were in there saying, oh man, I can't believe we're winning right now. I can't believe we're actually in this game. It's, we knew we could be in the game. We knew we could go win the game, but we just didn't get done.
Roughly a third of your passing yards went to Andrell Smith. Can you expand a little bit on his performance from Friday night?
Andrell is, one of those guys that I think is very underappreciated, especially in his stats. You look at the stat line, and he doesn't have all the yards, all the touchdowns, anything like that, but if you watch him on film and you saw all the technical stuff that he does, everything that he does right, you'd be very impressed. And so when he can go out there and do everything right, and in my read progression, I'm able to get to him, and he's able to make the catch. He's going to make one guy miss. He's going to run one guy over, 2 guys over. He's like 230 pounds. He's a big dude, and so that's a big time target. And I think he's done a really good job this year at not getting frustrated. As far as, not getting the amount of balls he wants, not getting the touchdowns, not getting the yards. So to see him, be able to come out and, have a little breakthrough game there was real good to see.